Hey, Facebook, my leaders out there. Welcome to the Levelin Up podcast. Today, we're going to be leveling up your social media. Now, I'm curious, how many of you would like to have more leads, to be able to get in front of your ideal prospects and to be able to have a ability to connect with way more of them in a much shorter time frame and for free? If that's you, stick around. My name is Brigham Blackham. So grateful to share some ideas about how you can level up your social media. And remember, I have all of this training coming from my ebook, Leveling Up Your Social Media, which if you go to the description, you can get for free. Opt into our email newsletter, and that will be sent to you every Wednesday. We have that go out. So excited to have an opportunity to talk with you today. Now we're going to dive straight in. Now, this training is very specific to business groups. Now, one of the things that you may be considering is, what do I need to do to increase my sales? Well, getting in front of the right people is a huge factor in that. So we're going to talk a little bit about curiosity posts, but the main thing we're going to be focusing on is this: Facebook groups. Now, if you are like me, this is something that may not have occurred to you in the very beginning, that you have the option to go and connect with a ton of people that you might not have been able to if you didn't know the strategy. When I first heard of using the Facebook group strategy as a way that you can go and find qualified leads, I was blown away. I was like, this is amazing. I actually heard this first from my friend, Coach Brian Fryer. Shout out to him. I love this guy. But here's how this strategy works. You are going to find success because there is a decision that needs to be made. So we're going to start up here. I'm going to zoom in if I can. There we are. Okay, zooming in. Step one, you join a group that is unrelated to your business or product, whatever it is that you're selling, and that has high engagement. I have that underlined and focused because if it's high engagement, that's highly valuable. Now, the reason that you choose a group that doesn't have to do with your business or products is because you immediately become an expert in that topic anytime something like that gets brought up. Now, when you are joining a new group, I really hope that you follow this strategy. I call it the curiosity sandwich. You're like, wait a sec, curiosity sandwich? That sounds a little odd. But think about this. If you did this consistently with every single new group that you attached yourself to, what could your results be? So first, you thank the administration for allowing you to be in their group, right? You share a little bit of your background, maybe about your family. You connect with the people in there about why you're there, and then you do a curiosity post. Now, I have a whole training on curiosity posts. We'll go into in depth, but you do a curiosity post. You allude to a problem, right? You talk about a problem, and then you allude to a solution that you found. That's the simplest way I can say what a curiosity post is. And then you make a happy connection. You're like, oh, I'm so glad that these three people that are friends with me invited me to this group because, man, I love these guys. Maybe it's a pickleball group. Maybe it is a group that that has to do with theater. Whatever your interests are, people that you would already be friends with, that is who you want to be in groups with because you would already have things to talk about. And as soon as there is a problem that gets brought up in that group, right, you're excited to contribute. Maybe it's a tennis group, right? And all you want to do is comment and connect with people and find ways that you can contribute. Now, when you're doing this curiosity post, that's a curiosity sandwich, here's just a few things about it. Let me go back to slide 12 so that you can have an opportunity to see this. With curiosity posts, remember, you're intentionally lead prospects to self-identify that they're interested. You create a lead, a conversation, a DM, but you are not trying to sell. This is really key here. If you try and sell on your very first post in a group, you're probably going to get booted because they don't want spam. They want people that are contributors. So here are two different strategies within this that can add a lot of value to a group. The first one is an open-ended engagement question. Now, you may have seen these. It's usually just the regular background of Facebook. And you're like, hey, Maybe it's that tennis group again. Hey, where do you guys find the best deals on tennis balls? Open-ended, very simple, and it has to do with the main topic the group is there to talk about. And you get some engagement and you actually comment on what it is those people are saying. I do this in Connect Utah all the time where I'll share a post that has a very open-ended idea and allow people to connect with me because of it. Now, check this out. There's also value-driven posts. Now, when you're doing value-driven posts, a lot of times you're edifying, you're uplifting, you're telling other people's story, but you are not trying to sell. The difference with connecting with somebody and trying to force a sale is, are you actually giving someone something of value? So I was on a great call this morning with my friend Preston, and we were talking about story branding and the idea of when you share a great story, it creates connection. So what if you could find, based on the topics in that group, a few stories from your own life that nobody else has, that adds insight, adds engagement, adds opportunity for people to be elevated in whatever their mindset is. You create reassociations for people. When you create that type of value in a group, people will see you as an authority and they will like you. And the thing is, people don't buy from people that they don't know, like, and trust. So the more value-driven posts you make, the easier it is for people to say, huh, I wonder what he does. Because he did bring up that he loves that he helps people out of the rat race, or whatever your curiosity post was. So think of that as a value-driven post. That's one type, and then open-ended engagement questions. And these can be very short. They don't have to be really hard. You actually go to ChatGPT and say, all right, I need 5 or 10 open-ended questions that have to do with tennis or have to do with cell phones or podcasting, whatever your group that their focus is. Find the most engaging questions you can, model and mimic those questions, put them in your own words, and then post them. Don't overthink it. Now, here's one of the things with this. I hope that you actually set a timer, because it can get very, very cumbersome to go and connect with 100 different groups. You don't need that many groups. You find the groups that have the highest engagement and then really set this timer. Check this out. When you follow this little formula right here, it's the 2-3-10 formula. I heard this from Coach Brian Fryer and Rob Sperry. I love these guys. They have a great podcast. I hope you go check it out. But it's the 2-3-10 formula. Now, this formula is two posts per week. For example, maybe Tuesday or Thursday. And you just get in this habit. I'm going to do at least 2 posts per week. And they might only take you 10 or 15 seconds to come up with the idea and then write it, or to record the little idea and post it. And 3 days per week, you're going to engage. Now, this is something that is that tipping point in a group. The difference between someone falling into the background and someone being an authority in that group and someone that people want to know has to do with whether or not they're a contributor, whether they're participating. I love Greg Kimball. He said, you know what? When you participate, you are contributing. You are giving. You are giving likes, hearts. And one of the things, here's another hack. You ready for this? This is great. When you're contributing, don't do just the thumbs up. Everybody does that. Why not find another emoji or put in a GIF or actually comment? Imagine, what if you actually thought about what that person said and you said something that had to do with it and you actually praise them for what the comment was that they made. Now, when you are a contributor, you think about this. If you were at a concert and you had 10,000 people at that concert, where's the most valuable place to be? The person on the stage, the person in the very back? It's going to be the person on stage. Now, if you're a contributor on stage, you're able to give value, even if it's just participating. That is something that will allow you to be an authority in the group and someone that others want to know. They will reach out to you. Now, check this out. One of the things that is very impactful is when you are at the very top line of the group, okay? The first line or the first post at the top of that group is the most valuable real estate in the group. As often as you can, you want to be at the top of that group. The very first post, the thing that people think about, the person that they're thinking about. You don't want to overdo it, but here's how to do that. You go and re-engage with previous posts you've made. That will boost it to the top. Or you make a new post. The new posts typically get put at the top. So when you're at the top part there, you're creating the most engagement, the most value for the group. Suddenly, people see you as an authority. They start to know, like, and trust you. And what's fun is you start to have people reach out to you. And remember, success is a decision. Grow or don't, it's your choice. I love that because success in business as a entrepreneur, it comes down to, are you being a contributor? Are you actually going to connect with the people? Because it's all about connections. My word for this year, for 2024, is guanxi. Guanxi is to connect and to have that systematic relationship. Guanxi. And I love connections because when you are connecting with people, you know that you would connect with either way. So for me, like if you're a pickleball person, we're going to be buddies. That's just how it goes. I love pickleball. If you're a theater person, we're going to connect. If you are someone that loves to play sports, we're probably going to connect. Okay. And if you love marketing, if you love real estate investing, there are so many different things that I like to connect with people that they want to talk about. And one of my favorite hacks is, instead of trying to be interesting, be interested. If you're interested in the group, if you take note of what people are saying and actually take that 8 to 10 minutes 3 times a week to engage, imagine how many more people will start to see you. You know, we're selling eyeballs when we're on social media. It is a storytelling platform. And if you show up in a way that allows people to see who you really are, and you are being genuine and you love people, eventually those people that are right for you, when you do a curiosity post in those Facebook groups, as you've developed this relationship, they will start to say, huh, you get that little puppy dog head tail. I wonder if that applies to me. And they'll reach out. But if you never engage with the group and all you do is you're in the crowd and you just kind of hit the like button, nobody's going to notice. But what if you put a heart, or you put the hug emoji, whatever that emoji is, and you start to differentiate yourself? There's going to be an easier way for you to see more people. Now, as a reminder, here is the 2 biggest takeaways, in my opinion, for this. The headline at the top of the page is the most valuable real estate in the group. Remember that. Burn it into your mind. Do whatever you can to be that top contributor and participant, because when you're at that top of the group, people see you, people remember you, and you can start to engage a little bit deeper. And then last, this is so key: be the contributor on the stage rather than the consumer in the crowd. With that, I want to give you a call to action. I hope that this was inspiring to you and that you can go today, think through things that you absolutely love to do, people you love to connect with, things that you're like, man, I already love to do this. I have tons of content that I could share on. Find a group that's an interest group that you are seriously interested in, maybe you're an expert in, that doesn't have anything to do with your business, and say, I'm going to be the top contributor, the top participant, and I'm going to comment on as many things as I possibly can and become that group lead. And when you do, you will be surprised on all the benefits that come, all the people that flood to you because you are a contributor. And if you are always thinking value first, how do I give? How do I make this more impactful? How can I make people feel that I actually care and actually do it? You're going to have some great results. Guys, with that, I want to close, but I'm so grateful for you. I have one quote for you that I think is really helpful, and it's all about applying what it is that you know you already need to do. You probably have even heard, oh man, I need to use some groups. I need to use this to make sure that I can grow my business. You may have heard that, but check this quote out. It says, the world bestows its big prizes, both in money and honors, but for one thing, says Elbert Hubbard, and that is initiative. And what is initiative? I'll tell you. It is doing the right thing without being told. So there's going to be times in your growth in your business and your social media where you're like, man, what do I do next? You don't need to ask anybody. You need to actually ask yourself, what is the right thing to do? And then go do it. Following your purpose, following that initiative. You take the actions necessary long enough, you go hard enough, long enough, you're going to be able to make some serious impact in this world. You find the right people to surround yourself with. And this is one of the ways you can do that. You find the right groups, the people that elevate your conversation, that you actually want to be friends with, that are raw clients. They're ready, able, and willing. I hope that this was helpful. Go and join a group today that is filled with your ideal prospects. Because you think about it, those Facebook groups, they probably have 8 or 10 or 20,000 people in there. Find the ones that have the highest engagement and go be a contributor on the stage. With that, God bless, guys. Remember, in the description, go get that book, the Leveling Up Your Social Media. Opt into that email newsletter. You're going to get all these different trainings, all these different things that will help you get one step farther in business than you ever thought possible. Have a great rest of your day, and God bless.